Geneva's Closet, located in the Chicagoland area. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so excited because today I will be interviewing the beautiful, and she is an author, philanthropist, and the CEO of Heal My Heart. Hi, Miss Nikki. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fine. You look so beautiful.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. And I want to start off by saying this, Nikki. I've actually noticed your Instagram page months back. So you're someone that I actually wanted to have on my show a while ago, because I tend to do a little Instagram or Facebook snooping. So your Instagram page took me to your website, of course, and I loved what you were all about. I love the fact that you help women out with your Heal My Heart Foundation that have been in domestic violence relationships. And that touched my heart because I once was in an abusive relationship. It was probably back when I was a teenager, yet and still, I feel like today, and I'm 38 years old, I still kind of hold on to some of those things that I went through so long ago because it was hurtful to me. So when I say that you help women out with that and the wonderful things you've done, can you tell us about your Heal My Heart Foundation, first of all?
Okay, Heal My Heart organization is an organization that I created in 2012, and I created it to empower women that have been affected by domestic violence and abuse, because I too was a victim of domestic violence and abuse. So after I wrote my first novel, To Death Do In Part, I decided that what other platform can I create for women to come out and not be silent, but in a fashionable way. So I am a lover of heels, and I think a woman is at her best when she has on a pair of heels. So that's when I came up with Heal My Heart, which is HEEL, My Heart. That's where the name comes from. And it's just to empower and to educate our women that have been through domestic violence and abuse, and to help prevent women from going down that same road.
So let's say that a woman has been through some domestic problems and she come to your foundation. Is that what it is? So do you have a foundation that's actually set up in Georgia?
What we do is I am listed as an outreach program in the state of Georgia, but I've had women to contact me from all over the United States. So what I serve as an advocate for the different shelters and Haven homes throughout Georgia, and what I do is, depending on the level of abuse that has been the woman has been affected by, that determines the next step that we go through with Heal My Heart. Usually if it's somewhere in Georgia, we try to place them in immediate shelter. So I work closely with Heron County and Haven Home, and also DeKalb County Resource Center, to place women that need immediate shelter. So it's really based on when they contact our office, what they need. So we try, the women that we actually place into the Haven homes, those are the ones that we definitely work close with. After they do their evaluation with the counselors that are on the staff at the actual Haven home, then we come in and we help them with the next progress. Because if many of you don't know, when it comes to Haven homes, there is a small amount of time that they give you to really balance everything out and get back out there. So we try to come in to help the process to be a little easier and to offer a little more than what the Haven home serves as, because usually the Haven homes, it really just serves as a shelter.
Okay. I seen on your website that you also provide a 6-week program.
Yes.
That helps women. So I see with tools and the resources needed to further their education and things like that. So you do that too,
yes.
Nikki? Like, that's extraordinary. To not only care enough to try to place the women to get them out of their abusive situation, but then to think about the aftermath of it. Like, what are they going to do as far as education, or, to try to get back on their feet? So can you further explain that? Because I love that. I love it.
Well, and there is a stereotype on women that have actually been through domestic violence and abuse. They're kind of labeled as uneducated or poor, and it's simply just that, because that is not the case with all of these women. A lot of them are educated, But we do have a lot of young ladies that come that are just high school graduates, or they may have dropped out of high school. So what we try to implement definitely is furthering your education, because that just lays a platform for so many things to happen in their life after they get an education. So we definitely implement that and try to make sure that we can get them signed up and registered for online courses if that's something that they're interested in. And we definitely try to make sure that we look over their resumes if they have one. If they don't have a resume, we go through with that also to help them establish a good resume that's ready for the workforce, to help them continue on to that next step. Because the world we live in, you got to have some income. So, that's definitely a really good step when they are in the Haven home. They can more focus. But even if they're not in the Haven home, those are not the only women that we try to take through our 6-week program. They can actually, be outside of the Haven home, but we still do whatever we can do to actually help them further their education and help them with employment.
I noticed something else, and then I guess it kind of goes with what you're saying, that since you're so fashionable, because not only do we have the book Strut to Success, and then we have Heal My Heart, HEEL. So then it made sense then when I seen that you also have certified stylists that come and that can get the women together so that they're looking extra stylish and fashionable when they're getting ready to go on their interviews. They're presentable.
Yes, I work with a couple hairstylists here in the Metro Atlanta area, and also makeup artists that offer their time and their expertise to these women, because like I just said, when you are at your best, that's what we want to see you. We want to see you at your absolute best. So we normally, when the makeup artists and the hairstylists come in, they do a remarkable job with these women, and these women just absolutely love it. We either get them prepared for an interview, or for them to actually go and fill out the applications and the paperwork to enroll in school. So either way, I try to get a stylist and makeup artist to come in, and that really helps boost their self-esteem. A lot of these women haven't worn makeup, they haven't done anything to their hair, because that's the last thing that you're thinking about after leaving an abusive relationship.
Okay, now, did you say that you wrote the book first, and then in 2012 you decided to start the foundation?
Yes.
Okay, so now that I know that it went in that chronological order, what made you decide, because I love the title of it. So let me read the title again for those who didn't hear me say it. It says, Till Death Do Him Part, Marriage Vows to Die For. Okay, so what is that all about, Miss? Can you please let us know?
2008, I got married. And the novel is basically telling about parts of my life before I got married and after I got married. The marriage was very short, and it's entitled Till Death Do Him Part, because definitely some things went wrong, and I definitely had to fight for my life in order to be in that marriage. So writing the book for me was therapy. It was my way of expressing my feelings. It was my way of crying. It was my way of relieving the pain and the hurt that I experienced in that marriage. I'm no longer married to that person. However, I am married again, but I'm no longer married to him. And Till Death Do Him Part, that's what that novel is about.
Okay. So the book inspired this whole thing, or we can probably actually go back a little further and say that if it was not for that relationship, that marriage you was in, and the things you learned from that, the book probably not would have came about, which then got you to start the foundation. Is that true?
True. And it was actually some other things. Before my first husband, the father of my kids, I went through a really rough patch with the father of my kids. So that was actually my second relationship that was a domestic relationship.
I think that that's important to know. What made Nikki decide to start all of this? Why was it so important for you to help women out? And then there's always a backstory to people's success. And then I would feel like this would be your backstory, that you went through some things in relationships. And I'm assuming based on those things you went through, you sat back and said, I'm pretty sure that there's other women out there going through these exact same things, and I would like to be there for them.
Exactly. When I was 15 years old to start out. So I was very young. I don't even think it was a word for abuse back then. It was just, you got in a fight with your boyfriend, you know, oh, well, suck it up and keep it moving.
Right.
So I didn't have a title or a name for what I was going through. I just knew it didn't feel good. I knew it was something that I didn't want to be involved in. It took me a very long time to get out of that relationship. We have 3 beautiful kids together, though. I have 3 handsome boys, 15, 12, and 11. But they were my blessings out of that relationship. And like I said, it really just wasn't a name for it. And, you know, I left that relationship and jumped into another one and healed my heart to go back to that name again, because this is something that I did not understand. And this is something that I definitely share with women now, that if you haven't healed your heart, you're going to attract the same thing over and over and over again. And that's where I was. You know, I didn't give myself time to heal. So everything that I was carrying from my previous relationship, I took into this one. Not only did I take it into that relationship, I attracted someone that was just as hurt and broken inside as I was. So that's the thing. It's all about healing your heart. You know, in order for you to move on and go to the next step and be successful in life, that is priority. You got to put yourself as priority. It's all by the grace of God. Because it is things that people don't see behind this glamour and this hair.
Because she got it together, people. She got it together. I'm just letting you know. But anyway, go ahead.
They don't know the nights that I've cried, and the nights that I just want to pull my hair out, and the nights that everything just crumbles and fall apart. You know, those are the things that people don't get to see on social media. So within my foundation, that is definitely something that I talk about. You know, it's okay to talk about it. It's okay to let someone know that you're hurting, to let someone know that it hasn't always been pretty on the outside. And even if it's pretty on the outside, who knows what's going on the inside? Heal my heart. That's what it's all about. There's no need to be ashamed. You know, and that's where Strut to Success came from. So everything that I'm doing is kind of going in order. So even after you heal your heart, you got to find a way to continue to your success. What does success look like to you? So that's another platform that I'm creating for women that have been through domestic violence and abuse. And not even that, just women go through so much in general. So this platform is for them to, okay, you don't have to apologize for your past. You can live it. You can be bold in it unapologetically and continue to strut to success. I'm going on this journey with them. I'm not there yet. I don't see success yet.
That's honesty.
So, you know, it's all about being honest. It's all about taking the mask off. We all have problems.
What does success mean to you?
Success to me is complete joy, peace, and happiness. That is what success looks like to me. There's no amount of money that can pay for that. It's no amount of anything. So when I am completely internally happy and at peace with my life and where I am and where God has me, that is my successful pinnacle. It's right there. That is my Strut to Success.
Okay. See, now I feel that you're talking. Well, first of all, I just want to let you know that I agree with you 200%. And I think that you are talking from a place of experience, growth, you know, and you've been through some things. So you just know better than to just say that success to me is having my home to be a certain square footage. Like I need a 5,000 square foot home with a 4-5 car garage. Because what I've learned is those are probably some things that I would have said maybe some years ago. But as I've gotten older, for me, I am a mother of 4 children.
Right.
There are times I want to, wait. Okay, well, let me say this again. A mother of 4 children and a granddaughter. There are times that I want to pull my own hair out. So for me, because I've been through, because I have 4 children by 4 different men, you know, because I have not always made the best decisions when it came to men and relationships.
Right.
And, you know, then you got to look back in your past to see, where did that come from? Well,
Exactly.
I know I had some daddy issues in the back, you know, back in the day.
You and I both.
Like I was looking for love in all the wrong places, became promiscuous. Based on the things that I've went through, I understand now that success for me is just to be free, mind, body, and soul. That means that God sees fit for me to be in a 900 square foot home, not rich, but just surviving, but I got a peace of mind and I'm happy always. That means a lot to me. You know,
you're rich. That is rich. That is rich. When you can enjoy the space that God has you in, and you can lay down with a peace of mind, with joy in your heart, and wake up the same way, that's rich. That is a rich lifestyle.
Filthy
right
rich,
there.
Girl. Filthy rich.
That's my journey. I am continuing on that journey to find that peace and that joy that I have been missing my entire life. No husband, no amount of dollar, no car, no home, my children, my mother. No one can bring me that but God. I've actually been on a journey to find me.
Yep, okay.
You know, I've been there for everyone.
Okay.
And it's time for me to be there for me. Okay. So I am on a journey to find Rashonda, because everybody knows Nikki. No one knows that R name that I just said. No one knows Rashonda. You know, and I know that that's my peaceful person, is her. So I'm on a journey to find her. You know, I have my heels on, not today. Y'all can't see that.
Not today. I mean, well, girl, it looked like you got some heels on. It looked like you got some 6-inch heels on over there, the way you dressing, and the hair's like this. So I wouldn't have known if you hadn't said nothing.
When I tell you, God is just awesome. I have been through so much. So to literally still be standing and to be able to actually share my story and to create a platform for other women to share their story, that's just awesome to me. That is just it's just awesome. I can't even explain it.
Okay, so after you wrote the Till Death Do Him Part, then you did He Ain't Dead Yet, Confessions of a Woman Scorned.
Yes.
Okay, now what is that? You know, because I'm trying to get to Strut Success, but you know, these the titles of these books are kind of interesting. You said He Ain't Dead Yet, Confessions of a Woman Scorned. So what is that all about?
So for me, He Ain't Dead Yet simply means I'm not healed. I'm still attracting the same type of men. And this is who I have now. So the fact that abusive men are not out here anymore, for me, they are. Because I'm now in another relationship I'm going through the same thing by choice. So that's what He Ain't Dead Yet meant to me. But that was a collaboration. So it's 2 other women who allowed me to share their story in this book.
Okay.
And He Ain't Dead Yet meant something differently for them. I am a strong believer in God's word and everything that's in it. And if you know anything about marriage in the Bible, it actually speaks on a married woman always being married. You only get one spouse unless your husband dies. And it's some other things that goes on the back of it. But for me, that understanding was He ain't dead yet. So he's still my husband.
Okay.
I'm not divorced. You know, I still have vows that I have to honor, whether we're married on paper or not. So that was a story that was in He Ain't Dead Yet that came from a biblical standpoint.
Okay. I love the titles of your books and how they all mean something deep. It sounds deep to me. Okay, so what is Strut to Success?
Okay, Strut to Success was after I wrote He Ain't Dead Yet, which there is a continuation to that. Once you get to the end, you will definitely see that there is a third and final, because Till Death Do Him Part and He Ain't Dead Yet, they go together. You got to read one before you read the second one. And there's a third one to conclude.
I'm going to have to read this now. Okay, go ahead.
Conclude Till Death Do Him Part. It's 3 parts to it.
Okay.
And they're all just entitled differently based on what the actual story is about. Strut to Success is something that I decided to write as a journal for women that have actually been through something. So they actually get to hear my story, not so in detail as the two novels, Till Death Do You Part and He Ain't Dead Yet. It's more of it's journeys. And that's how I take them through a journey. It's 3 different steps that I take them through. And I actually I entertain them and I engage the audience. You know, I'm talking to them just like I'm talking to you right now through the book. So, you know, I'm asking them questions. I'm giving them the ability to email me questions and ask me questions, you know, that they want the answers to. If it's something that just not sticking out to them and they want to know, well, how did you get through this? Or how did you do that? Very small, very thin. You can get through it probably in about 35, 40 minutes, unless you're actually concentrating and you're going through the steps that I'm taking you through.
Okay. So this is an interactive book. So it's just not a book to read. You need to stop, think about some things, answer some questions, write some things down. I like that. Sometimes you need to slow a person down in the midst of reading the book just to see if they're really paying attention and get to think about it and answer some questions. So I like that you say that you actually ask questions in the book.
Yeah. You know, I'm asking questions of, well, how do you feel about this? Do you think I was stupid for staying? Have you ever stayed in a relationship like this? You know, I'm basically asking you to talk to me. Because I want to know, like, what was your reason for staying? There's all of these definitions that are outlined of why women stay. But what is your answer? You know, why did you stay in this abusive relationship? You know, I'm giving you a way to think about it. Like, seriously think about why you're still here. Even if you're in one and you don't really know that you're in one. When you're reading it, because women have intuitions.
We do.
You know when something is just not right. So if you happen to just pick up this journal or someone just give it to you and you start reading it and it's like, wow, I'm being yelled at. I'm being put down. You know, I was choked or I was pushed, you know, or I was called out of my name. Is that what this is? You know, is that the definition for what I'm going through? So let me stop. Let me see what I can do to stop this process because I don't want to go down this road. I see where she went. I don't want to do this. So that's what it is. It's even to stop you if you're in the mix of something.
I love the style that you write your books in. I think that that's different. It's all about being different. You know what I mean? Trying to stand out, and your book style seems to be very different. So I just love that.
Thank you. You don't need to get a t-shirt, medal, or trophy in this. I done did it for you. So consider it done. I've already did it for you. So go ahead and be happy, girl. Get your life.
Nikki giving you the tools. Nikki is going to
get your life, honey.
Yes.
I done did this hurtful stuff for you already. You already have a woman that has done this, that walked these shoes. You take your heels and you walk and go into something else. This is not where you want to be.
Okay.
This is not where you want to be.
Let us know about this other business that this lady got. What else could she possibly be doing, people? But there's more. Okay.
It's just a little more, just a little more. Well, most people don't know that Heal My Heart organization, it is a 501c3 nonprofit, meaning that we are allowed to accept funds on behalf of the government.
Oh, wow.
And you can actually file it on your taxes. Okay. So I did all the paperwork myself. Okay. Every bit of it from beginning to end. Your articles of incorporation, your bylaws, everything that's needed. And then the Form 1023, which is the major document that you need in order to apply for 501c3 tax exempt status. Oh, okay. So being that I did it, and so many people have come to me saying, hey, I want to get started. I want to get started. I want to get started. And I do have a strong background in law. So that is my baby, is everything legal is my baby. So the J firm, all my boys, their name starts with J. Okay. So that's where the J firm comes from. And that's what it is a business and consulting firm that helps you start your nonprofit from the ground up.
Oh, wow. How cool is that? Now, how do you juggle all of that, Nikki? The mom of 3 boys, you got the foundation, you're writing books, you have the J firm, the business and consulting. I mean, so how are you juggling all? Wait a minute, plus the husband.
Yeah.
So, yeah, can't forget about him. So how do you juggle all of that now?
I juggle all of it. Oh, my sister is a really big help. I have a really big support system. The J Farm is not only just ran by me. I have 2 other employees with the J Farm that helps me out there. So I don't have to be in the office as much, and I can actually do a lot of things from home. So that's where I am now.
Okay.
I'm actually in my home office.
Okay.
So, because the J Farm is located in Buckhead, Atlanta. That's where our office is. So I don't have to be in the office as much. Anything that I can do from home. And a lot of things with Heal My Heart, I can actually do from home. Mm-hmm. A lot of work that I do with the Haven Homes, I'm actually going into the Haven Homes. So I don't have to do as much, even though it may seem like a whole lot. I have a really good team that's totally behind me and that's helping me do everything. But when it comes to writing my books, that's all me. That is all me. I met my husband in 2011. We actually started dating. So he has actually been around from the birth of Till Death Do Him Part.
Wow.
He Ain't Dead. That is actually him on the cover of He Ain't Dead Yet.
Oh, wow.
And I'm in school now still. Because, like I said, I have a strong background in law. So I'm always continuing my education when it comes to anything in the legal field. So
wait a minute. So, okay, because I thought that we were done with the J Firm, but now you throw something else out that you're in school.
I'm in the University of Georgia still.
Wow. Well, gone, girl.
Yes.
I mean, you is working it.
I love the J Firm, and I love where we're actually going with the J Firm. But like I said, and that is nonprofit law, but I do that was kind of come out weird. But I also I work with legitimization, I work with divorces, I work with bankruptcy, real estate. So I do a lot when it comes to law, and my ultimate goal is to actually work for the United States Attorney's Office.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that's where I want to end up.
Well,
so that is the purpose of
continuing. I don't see why it shouldn't happen, with how you doing things.
I'm trying to get my foot in the door. Cross your fingers. I have a really big interview coming up.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
And it's kind of hush-hush because working for the United States.
Okay.
Of course, that is a whole nother level. Yeah, I mean, it's a whole nother level to work for the Department of Justice. Mm-hmm. So I'm just really excited to even be considered a candidate, for the position. And if I get it, I am going to go all the way with it.
I know you are. You said this is your goal, so I can.
That is my ultimate goal, is to work side by side with the Department of Justice and the United States attorneys. That is my goal. So if I can get my foot in that door,
well, I don't see
me and my units, right, we on our way. And mommy, if you're watching, I didn't want to tell you.
Yes. It's out the bag now.
Yeah, because my mom is, she really likes for me to tend to my children. Okay. And she loves the fact that I am very flexible with my schedule. So everything that I do, it really, it evolves around my family. Okay. So actually clocking in and going to work for a company is something that I have not done in 8 years.
Okay.
So I've been working for myself for the past 8 years. So that was something that will blow her away. But it's like, hey, can I tell you how much I'm going to be making first?
Right, I know, right. So for you, you're like, Mom, this is not just working for somebody.
Right.
This is my on a whole nother level, Mother.
Right. This is my dream.
Okay.
To work side by side with the attorneys of the United States, not just a law firm that's in the city. We are talking about the
Get
country.
up there, do it, girl. You can do it. Yes. Yes.
This is a really, really, really big opportunity. And it's not an opportunity for Nikki. This is an opportunity for Rashonda to show everyone what she's made of. Even if that door there does not open, the mere fact that I was considered a candidate is good enough for me. That has taken my esteem to a whole nother level.
Right.
So anything is possible is how I look at it from that point. I was in school in 2012 and I dropped out.
Okay.
And that's when I concentrated on Heal My Heart. And I birthed it and I created a platform for it. So like you say, you have been following me forever. I didn't, of course I wouldn't know whose attention I'm getting, but I wanted to go ahead and develop that platform. Okay. And I know that it's going to take me to other levels. I can offer that to my clients that come through Heal My Heart, because a lot of them go through that struggle with credit, even trying to get an apartment. True. So, I have to help them with everything. And I pride myself in knowing each area that they will need me.
Right.
I can be of help. It's not one area that they can say, hey, I need you in real estate. How can I do this? Or I need to get a divorce. How can I do that? Or he's trying to get my kids, but we wasn't married when we had them and they're not legitimized. Or I can let her know if they're not legitimized, he can't get your kids. And I can help you file the paperwork to keep him from doing that. So it's all different parts that women that go through domestic violence and abuse, the different parts that they experience. And it's like, I don't want to leave because I'm going to have to go through this and I'm going to have to go through that. You don't have to go through any of that. Nice. It's like a one-stop shop over here.
It is. It is. People definitely need to know about your Heal My Heart Foundation. Nikki, can you please tell people if they want to donate or if they want to contact you, where do they find you at? Where should they go to?
Well, social media has just taken over this world today. Heal My Heart, you can find us on Facebook. All of our information is on there. Our website is healmyheart.org. We're also on Instagram at Heal My Heart. Our contact number is 404-426-0734. If you need to contact us, do so at any time. We will get back in touch with you if we do not answer, so don't worry about that. That's not a problem either. If you are going through a domestic relationship and you need immediate assistance, 1-800-799-SAFE is the number that you can call. Of course, Heal My Heart is connected with them as well. So if you're in this area, of course, I will still be contacted if you don't contact me directly. But there is help for you. Please, please, please do not stay in a situation that you do not have to be in, because there are tons of people just like myself and tons of organizations like Heal My Heart that is in place and ready to assist you. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and I have so many different sister foundations that are doing things here in Atlanta, and then I have some that are doing things that are in New York. So please just try to go on Eventbrite or try to find out things that are going on within your community during the month of October. Try to help support these organizations and these different events. Heal My Heart, we are preparing for a huge, huge event in 2017 that I'm super, super excited about. We used to do a fashion show every year to raise funds, but everyone here is doing that. And like you said, I try to be different. Okay. So I am bringing something so different and so fashionable to Metro Atlanta, and I'm so excited about it. But 2016 was my year of building, and that's all I've been doing. I support other foundations and other businesses. I just did a backpack drive. That was the very first thing that I have done for Heal My Heart. in 2016. But this is my year of building and my year of planning. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, is continue to build and plan. But 2017, definitely Heal My Heart is having a huge, huge benefit. And I would definitely want everyone to be a part of it. Definitely donate. Geneva's Closet, we would definitely want to have you aboard.
Okay.
We just, if you want to be a sponsor for anything, just to help us out. I know that it's going to be huge and spectacular. I'm getting ready to set up some meetings now with a lot of different publicists to definitely carry out this event and execute it. But I'm really, really excited. You said something about donating, because yes, people, it does take money to run this foundation. Yes. And I do know that a lot of what I do, it comes directly from my husband and I. Okay. The sale of all my novels, none of that money goes to me. All of that money benefits and fund my foundation. Every cent of it. Wow. None of it comes to me at all. Wow, so Strut to Success is coming out with a t-shirt line. It's How Do You Strut? Okay. So it's different slogans. I strut sexiness. I strut love. I strut courage. Okay. I strut boldness. All of those are definitely coming out. We're going to be adding those to the website. That's a way that you can support and fund Heal My Heart. And definitely purchase the novels. All 3 of them are available on the website. And that's one way that you can support us as well. We thank all of our supporters, and we definitely could not make anything happen without our supporters.
Like I said before, I'm all about anything that's empowering women or helping women come up out of abusive relationships. So thank you so much, Nikki, for taking the time out of your very busy schedule, to come and talk to me inside my closet and to talk to my listeners and viewers. So I really do appreciate that.
Thank you. And you know what? I cleared my schedule for you today. It was all about you today. Yeah.
Yes. Yay. Well, thank you.
I really had one thing on my agenda today, and that was to take my son to the orthodontics. That was it.
Wow.
Well, so my day has been cleared for you today. I didn't want any interruptions or anything preventing this interview, because I've been knowing about it for weeks. I've been excited about it. So, no, nothing was going to stop this from happening today. Not even the mere fact that my laptop crashed on yesterday. So,
look, don't even worry about it. I want to tell you, for some reason, it just keeps coming out of my mouth to say congratulations with the whole job that you're waiting for. So I don't know why it's coming out like that.
Thank you.
Like Geneva, she said she didn't get it yet.
That is but for the some Holy reason Spirit, it's Lord.
Hey, but God's will, right? God's will,
right. So, look, I'm a firm believer in Jeremiah 29:11.
Let us know.
That keeps me going. Jeremiah 29:11. And I like to read it in the New International Version. Okay. It breaks it down just a little bit more, and it definitely says that everything God is doing is for your good. That's number 1. And number 2, He has a purpose for your life, and it's a purpose of good.
I had just a wonderful time interviewing her. Thank you so much, Nikki, for joining me today. And I will definitely be paying attention to what you have going on, because I would love to, be a part of your event coming up next year, whatever you have going on. So, feel free to contact me anytime too, girl. So, thank you.
I sure will. Thank you so much. So much.
You have a great day. Bye, Nikki.
You too.
I just want to say thank you again to Miss Nikki Chaney for coming inside Geneva's Closet and telling us about her organization, her foundation, Heal My Heart, about her books. Make sure you check out Strut to Success, and about her events going on. Make sure you go donate. Make sure you do all of that. And make sure that you go follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube at Geneva's Closet. Once again, thank you for joining me. My name is Geneva of Geneva's Closet. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon, people. Bye-bye.